Pleasure, yeah. Stealth, that's part of the game. Part of the game here. All right, do we back the blue in this room? I thought there might be a few of you in here tonight that back the blue. So first, let me say what an honor it is to share the stage with Congressman Jordan. You talk about a man defending our Constitution. When you become a law enforcement officer, you raise your right hand and you take an oath to uphold our Constitution. And when I see a few tech billionaires from over in California silencing millions of Americans, well, that's a disgrace. And this man is fighting against it. We wouldn't even know if it wasn't for this man. So the coalition of law enforcement that you see here tonight, we are the first in this state, in New York State, to endorse President Donald J. Trump. And let me tell you why we're doing that. Because there are two very different visions for our country. And if you want to know what Kamala Harris's vision is for our country, you need to look no further than here in New York. Look at any place that they have control, that radical leftists have control. Here in New York, we've set free, in the last few years, 42 cop killers. Whoa. People who murdered police officers. Not only did we set them free, but we celebrated them. Anthony Bottom, murdered Officer Piagentini, in cold blood, assassinated him. Set free by the New York State Parole Board. After that, invited to SUNY Brockport as a guest speaker of honor. They called him a political prisoner. A slap in the face, not only to Officer Piagentini's family, but to every single law enforcement officer in the state that risks their lives every single day to protect the public. Here in New York, we have bail reform. A revolving door of justice. Where we lock them up, they set them free. Our paperwork is not finished before they're back out on the street. Let me tell you how insane it is. Just a little while ago, we had a dismembered body. School children going to play in the park. They find this corpse chopped up. Our laws here in New York State would not allow us to hold on to these individuals. They were set free on bail. And the answer from the legislature, the answer from Albany, oh, we missed that one. We should have included that. You think? You think you maybe should have put dismembered corpses on the list of offenses that you can hold a criminal for? That is how insane the laws are here right now. Do we want that for our country? No! We certainly do not. And that is why it's critical that we get out there and vote, that we exercise our rights, that we get our friends and family to vote. And it's important that we don't acquiesce New York. I agree with the congressman. Pennsylvania is important. Swing states are important. But let me tell you something. I don't damn well expect to leave my home, the place I was born and raised, or to secede it to radical leftists who want to see it destroyed. Make them work here. Yep. No one knows that better than Lee Zeldin. Just a few years ago, let me tell you, Congressman Jordan and the rest of the House of Representatives could not be doing the work that they are doing right now if we didn't make the fight we did in New York. Exactly. I am proud to tell you, last election cycle in Suffolk County, we had over 1,600 members come out, knock on doors, canvass, go out there and tell people, hey, I'm in law enforcement. I want to protect you. I hope public safety is important to you. And this is what you need to do. This is how you need to vote to protect your family. That's critically important. We hit tens of thousands of doors. We need to do that again this election cycle. We may back the blue, but we can paint this town red. Yep. This is a critical election. And we are not political. Okay? We are not partisan. We don't care about party. We care about public safety. I care about the safety of my officers. I care about cop killers being set free. I care about the fact that you can't travel to Manhattan right now without worrying about getting killed. About your wife or daughter being raped in Central Park. I care about our border. And I'll tell you why I care about our border. Because fentanyl is flowing across that border. And we who work in law enforcement, we see the effects of that. We see the American children, the children here in Long Island that are dying from fentanyl. It's a disgrace. Our border needs to be closed. We need a rational policy that allows people to come here legally. An open border has been a disaster for public safety, for our border patrol, for our law enforcement, most importantly for our children. Fentanyl is having a devastating effect. And here in New York State, in order to hold you on bail, you have to have enough fentanyl to kill a football stadium full of people. Tell me that is a rational law. This is how perverse our laws are here in New York State. Get off a New York City subway, the first thing that will greet you is the smell of urine and marijuana. And that's the same in any place that you see radical leftists in control. Get on a plane and go to Denver. Get on a plane and go to LA. You're going to see homeless. You're going to see drug addicts. You're going to see a place that looks like something out of the apocalypse. That is not what we want for Long Island. And only the fact that you get out there and vote, convince your families to vote, stay engaged, and get involved will be the difference between that. Between keeping Long Island the way it is, between bringing New York State back to a place of sanity, and rescuing our country from 4 more years of radical leftist rule.
Right.
Just want to take a moment, and by the way, I'm not only the president of the Suffolk County PBA, I'm also a registered conservative, and I'm very proud of that. I want to recognize our great state chair, Jerry Cassar. Jerry, thank you for everything you do. And I want to recognize my chairman, Mike Torres. Mike, thank you for everything you do. As I had mentioned, we have many law enforcement unions tonight. It's not just police. We have corrections here, sheriffs. I just want to take a moment and recognize the other unions that are in the house tonight that are standing shoulder to shoulder. And speaking of standing shoulder to shoulder with us, President Trump, when he was in office, took a look at the scourge of MS-13. Let me tell you about MS-13. You're talking about individuals who put a gun to the head of a 2-year-old and murdered a 2-year-old, and then took the toy that the 2-year-old had and brought it home and gave it to his girlfriend's kid. That's the type of people that you're dealing with here on Long Island. President Trump, when he was in office, unlike what we have in office now, traveled here to Long Island, to Brentwood, Long Island, to stand shoulder to shoulder with us in that fight. To call for the death penalty of these people. And while we're at it, I can tell you right now, I renew our call, and the call from every law enforcement union here, for the death penalty for cop killers. That is real leadership. That is what we need back in the White House. The other unions that are here today, from the Superior Officers Association, Kevin Mayali, John Serrato, thank you. From the Suffolk County Detectives Association, President Danny Fitzpatrick. Suffolk County Probation Officers, Matt Porter, President. Suffolk County Corrections Officers, President Lou Viscucci. Suffolk County Sheriffs, their president, Tom Bavona, couldn't be here tonight. We have Phil Dukakis with us. Phil, thank you for being here. Suffolk County Detectives, DA Investigators, President Larry Schuer. Thank you for being here. I want to thank all the law enforcement unions standing shoulder to shoulder with me tonight. We're going to be out there, we're going to be knocking on doors, we're going to be doing everything we can to make sure that Donald J. Trump is the 47th President of the United States. Thank you, and I look forward to celebrating with everyone on Election Day. Thank you. Congressman Jordan, thank you so much. We have the official endorsement letters here for the Coalition of Law Enforcement in Suffolk County, and we have a goodie bag. Please, I'd love to.
Okay, look over here, everyone. Thank you. Hold that.